Thousands of Nigerian students and families in the United Kingdom face immediate deportation if they overstay their visas, following a stern government crackdown on immigration violations. The UK Home Office has initiated a proactive campaign cautioning tens of thousands of international students about the consequences of remaining in the country beyond their visa expiration date. This effort responds to the worrying rise in cases where students legally enter the UK on student visas but subsequently apply for asylum when their visas expire, often without a valid basis for protection. The campaign has started this September with approximately 130,000 students and families receiving direct notifications via text and email. So far, 10,000 students whose visas are set to expire shortly have been warned about possible deportation. The Home Office message is unequivocal. If individuals no longer have a legal right to remain in the UK, they must depart or face being removed forcibly. This crackdown is part of a broader UK immigration reform to regain broader border control and reduce record high net migration figures, including raising qualifications and salary threshold for skilled worker visas. Now, to speak more on this, I have once more Mr. Christian Akauche, convener, Due Process Integrity Vanguard. Mr. Christian, you are welcome to the India Money Show once again.
Yes, good morning. Thank you.
What do you make of this whole saga? Nigerians being threatened by the UK government in terms of deportation, that they have overstayed their visas. What do you make of it?
From the word overstay, you already got the answer to whatever it is you're asking. The law is the law. There is a duration attached to their visa. When that duration elapsed, it's not a permanent visa. It's just a study visa, a student visa. They have privilege to go with their family, the helper also. So having overstayed, and given the increasing crime rates in the UK and other European countries among immigrants, any state government is bound to have a rethink about our policies and see what is working and what is not working that needs to be revisited. So I see nothing wrong with what the UK government is doing. They are being proactive, trying to quell any form of insecurity threats, continue to harbor immigrants that have overstayed their welcome. Then you are bound to face any insecurity threats at any moment in time. So they wouldn't want to sit back and watch that happen. That's why they practice to regulate their immigration policy. So they are a sovereign country, and they have rights to decide their immigration policy. So no one, no Nigeria have the right to query or question the rationale behind such rules that begin to come up. So it's, as a matter of fact, it's a lapse on the part of the
Dear Process, to that, I think we have lost him shortly. We're hoping that he will. Mr. Brian. Okay, yes, you are back. Please go on.
Okay, I see it as a slip on the part of the UK government to even allow overstay in the first instance. Students who felt their time is running out, they have liberty to apply for permanent visa. And if granted, then they can continue to stay. But if turned down, they should understand to honor the laws of the land and return back to the country. On the other hand, it is the bad government at home that have pushed Nigerians abroad. Recently, I assisted a lady to apply for her visa, and when she broke down the financial implication of traveling abroad. Initially, the study visa guarantees 3 years, 3 years study duration. Now it has been reduced to just 1 year, and she has to return immediately after the study. So she said there's no need spending over 30 million naira just to go and spend 1 year in UK and return back to Nigeria. So you see, many Nigerians either don't study visa to find survival means in the UK, and you can't blame them. Of course, it is the bad government at home that is subjecting Nigeria to that rigorous risk and financial loss. Because I consider financial loss because many Nigerians end up applying for this thing without getting it, and some of the money they pay for taking RT test and all that get wasted. So if the Nigerian government, the Nigerian system is working, no one need to embark on such a risk that spending over 30 billion just to leave your own motherland, your own fatherland, brother. So is a call to the Nigerian government to sit up and do what is right, provide power for the young people to power the economy, make the rule of law sacrosanct. Any country without the rule of law cannot be able to sustain law and order. When there is rule of law, when there is power, when there is government policies towards the economy that provides good framework for investors to come into the country and invest, open the country up for production. And when there is production, the young people will be engaged. They wouldn't have a thought about leaving the country at all costs, because the brain drain that is affecting the country currently is alarming. Situation whereby our institution train nurses, train doctors, train teachers, and other walks of life. At the end of engineers, scientists in different walks of life, but they don't end up serving the country. Rather, they find an exit path to travel out of the country, which otherwise referred to as Japan. So this is very, very damaging to the Nigerian economy. And I look forward to a day where we will have a government of the people that will prioritize the interests, the yearnings, and the aspiration of the young people, be able to set and achieve the Nigerian system. Because back home, the land, the country, there is nothing wrong with the country. The country is fine. It's just the leadership. And they will able to get the leadership fixed. Every other thing will fall in place.
That's great commentary from Mr. Due Process, Mr. Christian. Thanks to you very much. Mr. Ibrahim.
All right, Mr. Tochukwu, I would like to say that it is high time for us Nigerians to come back to our own country and build it. At least let us be the ones receiving this guest rather than being discarded and sent away by any other country in the world. Not just in the UK, but also in Ghana, our African neighbors. They send Nigerians away, they ask their government to send Nigerians out of their own country. In South Africa, we had the issue of xenophobia and a lot of African countries. So I think the bravest stand we should have taken is coming back to our own country, building our own country for the better. Not even with the intent of reaping the fruits today, but probably with the hope that the unborn generation are going to reap that fruit. Because the reality of the issue is that Nigeria has rotten to the extent that everybody is trying to find an escape route. And that escape route is not sustainable because there is no place like home. Anywhere you go in the world, they will remind you that you are a Nigerian. And I think Nigerians should now come back to their own country and make sure that we do the right thing. We should do it, and we should be decisive about it. Because, I mean, anywhere you go in the world, regardless of your affiliation and reservation, they'll remind you that you are Nigerian, you are Black. And by the way, we have a lot of things that unite us than divide us. We are the most suppressed, most depressed, most subdued and subjugated race in the history of humanity. So why can't we come together, sit together, and iron these our problems in Africa? I don't understand our problem as Africans. Everybody is saying leave our country, and Nigeria, we are the worst. We the self-claimed giant of Africa. I don't know, is it giant by landmass or giant? No, clearly by landmass, we are not the most the largest country in Africa. Is it largest by population? But apart from population, tell me anything that Nigeria is leading in Africa. Nothing. So it's high time that Nigerians we come down and say enough is enough. These leaders that have taken us hostage, we are not going to give in on our own country because it is our only heritage. So we should come back and fight, because freedom is not a gift given. It is a state earned often through struggle and persistence. So we should come back and aim it, not wait for a chance or keep on praying that God is going to save us from these leaders. Nothing will happen if we don't work. And it is high time that we start thinking of working. With regards to the UK, they have the right to send anyone. They said this overstayed in the country. Clearly, they have the right to do that because every country is being governed under the scope of rule of law. And if the constitution of their country have a provision that if you overstay, you should leave, they should leave. I think that's the fair stand I'm going to take on that.
A wonderful commentary. Now, the first thing I like to establish about this deportation threats by the United Kingdom is that despite the world being a global village, there are certain areas members of this village are barred from residing permanently. Now, what do I mean by this? When you travel to these places and spend some time, you begin to feel insecure, fearing you might be bundled out sooner or later. But you ask yourself, why will a Nigerian spend longer days than he or she applied for in the UK? One common reason is delays or complications with visa renewals or applications. I give you an example. A student may apply for a new visa or a switch to a work visa after study, but processing delays or application errors leave them unintentionally without valid legal status. In a case study, a student named Ahmed faced this situation when his skilled worker visa application was invalid due to an online submission error, resulting in a period of overstay before lawyers helped him resolve the issue. Now, these processing delays or errors can trap students in illegal status without their immediate knowledge or through bureaucratic hurdles. Now, another reason involves changes in visa eligibility rules. The UK government has recently raised salary threshold and cut post-study work visa durations, making it more challenging for Nigerians to extend their stay through employment after graduation. Some lose their ability to renew visas or switch to skilled worker status because their jobs no longer meet criteria or they cannot find qualifying employment, pushing them to overstay illegally to remain with their family or pursue other opportunities. Some overstays stem from personal hardships like medical emergencies, family bereavements, or travel restrictions, including those caused by COVID-related disruptions. So these unforeseen problems make it impossible to leave on time. Further, as the UK government rightly says, there is a growing trend where some students or families claim asylum after their visas expire, hoping to avoid deportation. UK authorities describe this as misuse of asylum system when conditions in the home country have not changed substantively. For instance, between July 2024 and June 2025, students accounted for a significant portion of asylum claims after arriving on valid study visas, raising concerns for the government. So this is why the UK Home Office has started to directly warn these students by text and email that they must leave if they have no legal right to remain and that unmeritorious asylum claims will be swiftly rejected. Some overstays occur simply because of lack of awareness, and that's the final thing, or forgetfulness regarding visa expiry dates due to complex immigration rules or even poor communication. Whatever the reason, the UK government must discern the correct reasons for visa overstay and then must show leniency, especially regarding justifiable grounds these foreigners might bring up. I've seen some funny comments from Nigerians in their country mocking their brothers and sisters in the UK, asking why they had to leave their native homes for a foreign land. And I say, what kind of ridiculous question is that? Do you think every person who leaves Nigeria does so because he wants to flee economic hardship or even insecurity? I don't think so. There are Nigerians who travel to the UK to advance their education. There are Nigerians who leave the country for work and other reasons, excluding economic hardship. So this is not the time to apportion blames, but to ask right questions. Why are they overstaying their visas? How can the UK and Nigerian government collaborate to ensure that Nigerians abroad are protected? That is the essence of international relations. That is why countries have embassies in fellow countries in order to collaborate when there is a problem or issue like this. All right, you're still watching DDM TV. This is where we draw to a close on today's episode. If you love this video, do not hesitate to hit the like button, make your comments, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more updates. We shall be here tomorrow morning for another exciting edition. Meanwhile, let me thank in a special way Mr. Due Process convener, Mr. Christian Ako Uche, the convener Due Process Integrity Group, and Mr. Ibrahim Umawase. Thanks for your contribution and time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, viewers, that's it from me, Toshku Raphael. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.